You are listening to the Echo Effect podcast, your source for creative perspectives and real life results from creators and entrepreneurs you may recognize. Join your host, Tez Haley, creative entrepreneur and director of Silent Echo Studios, on a journey to be introspective and realize your version of progress. Welcome to the Echo Effect. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Tez Haley, back again. I am your host of the Echo Effect. Thank you very much for tuning in this week as we begin our next episode. Last week, we actually talked about belief systems. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I just stumbled my words. That's what I do. It's all right. Life is practice. Everything is practice. You got to keep that in your mind. Now, as we're going into this next episode, we're going to be talking about thoughts and how it affects us, and how we can manage our thoughts and separate ourselves from it, to lead healthier, better lives and start accomplishing more of our own goals that we have, because everybody's different. So without further ado, the first thing, hopefully you're listening to this as a way of opening your mind. And the first step obviously is the belief systems, because your belief systems infer your thoughts. What do I mean by this? Well, if you already believe that you're not going to accomplish anything in life, and that's what you believe about yourself, well, your thoughts are going to reflect that. Plain and simple. Now, if you actually have beliefs about yourself that you can achieve anything, you can do anything you want, as long as you put the time and effort in, your thoughts will reflect that. Now, it won't be perfectly spot on every single time, but here are a few things that you can possibly do to assist in managing those portions. I believe that we should definitely separate ourselves from our thoughts. They're just things that pop up every so often in our brain. And it doesn't make us who we are. Our thoughts don't make us who we are. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody thinks crazy, wild, dumb things, and it's not like we act on them. Thoughts are just something that happen in our brain. And we got to realize that we don't have to react to all of the thoughts that we have. Only act on the thoughts that move you closer to your goals, move you closer to being authentic to yourself. So let me put some personal experience behind this. In the past, I actually believed that I did not, one, sound good or look good in front of a camera. And even though right now I'm doing it, and to you guys, this may seem somewhat effortless and it's smooth, and you may like my voice, or you may like how professional this whole setup is. There was a time where I didn't truly believe in myself, my voice, my physical features, and I actually believed that. So therefore, whenever I believed that, my thoughts followed on the same accord. So therefore, I never took the risk of putting myself out there in front of a camera and not really caring about how I look or how I sound or how the result actually came out. because I was so worried about what people thought of me. I was so worried about judging myself, being overly critical of myself, that I didn't even give it a chance. You see? I was holding myself back from something that I inherently was possibly good at. And it's so often that we do this to ourselves because of our belief systems and our thoughts. And that right there was difficult for me to even talk about, because every single day I'm working on this myself. So in no way, shape, or form am I even, 100% accomplished in achieving all of these things that I'm talking to you about, but I'm talking to you guys about it because I want to throw it out in the open and, one, hold myself accountable to it, because you have to say things in repetition over and over. And, this is my way of holding myself accountable. And then my other way is to connect with people, because I know that other people in the world feel this way, have felt this way, have overcome it, or are still dealing with it and still pushing through while achieving their goals. I hope this is somewhat of a good piece of information to take away from this. You'll be surprised, man. So many different thoughts go through your brain. And earlier I mentioned something about not reacting to all of them, because our thoughts can race. It can race so much. In order to really truly understand ourselves, we have to first understand how the mind works. And yeah, I know it's a daunting task, let's be honest, because even the leading researchers and doctors internationally or even nationally, they're still learning more about the brain. However, each individual person has different brain chemistry. So therefore, you yourself have to take the time to truly understand what those things are that create those rush of chemistry in your brain, and figure out what those triggers are that automatically make you think negative about yourself, or the ones that make you think positive and that push you towards your goals. I seen a post that Tom Bilyeu actually posted on LinkedIn, and he said something along the lines of, decide how the person you want to become would act, and then act that way, even when it gets really fucking hard. And I definitely agree with that, for sure, 100%. I definitely had to add something in there as well, because it may sound simple, but it's difficult. So you have to find different things that will assist in supporting that. So I had to add something in. What I ended up commenting underneath that was that, all while holding a perspective that you are completely enough, even when you fail. Many struggle with the idea of understanding and holding multiple perspectives. For example, between knowing when to hold yourself accountable, but not being overly critical and putting yourself down, etc., etc. It takes constant practice to get to a place where you can trust your voice of reasoning. Just keep striving day in and day out. #mental health, #perspective. So the first step is figuring out what your belief systems are, set them in place, reiterate those things to yourself over and over and over and over. You are not your thoughts. You don't have to react to your thoughts. You can see them, hear them, come in, come out. Man. Our thoughts can definitely bring a lot of trouble to us. Just because you think about something doesn't mean it's true. I know a lot of people have dealt with not feeling like they were enough. Oh, this one's... I'm starting to realize that even for me, it was difficult to see my parents as just regular human beings. So my belief system of that was my parents were only parents. And my thoughts were, oh, that's mom and dad only. So I had to really reassess those things, even though it may seem kind of small. I had to take a step back and realize that regardless of what failures came, that they were human. And then I started realizing and noticing all of those things that they were insecure about. For the longest, I thought I had to be like this little, just like this perfect person. Coming over here at like 6 years old, I like the way of, any immigrant household, the getaway is education. So you better get good grades. You need to do better. You need to get A+. Bring home an A+. You need to get extra credit. Huh? I mean, I kind of laugh at it now because, I've gotten through this already. And I'm on the other side of it now. But I was seeking to appease and keep people happy because I thought and believed of myself that as long as I keep people happy around me, I will be happy. Oh, man. Man. But now, it's actually the opposite way around. You've got to work on yourself internally to find that joy. Happiness kind of, comes in and goes, but you have to have that internal joy and mindset and belief system and thoughts of yourself that you will always overcome. Whew, man, today. Well, I think that's a good one for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. For those of you guys that are watching on YouTube, make sure to look at the links below. Follow me on all social media platforms. I hope you guys got something out of this, because these are turning into a way for me to find myself, because I'm constantly being intentional with the things that I'm doing, and hearing myself say these things and say it out loud is practice for me. Yeah, I think I'll end it right there. So until next time, my friends, always remember to capture the moment. Peace. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Thank you so much for listening. And if this content brings value to you, please rate and review us. That really helps us grow this community, which is what we're hyper-focused on. Thank you again so much. And until next time, my friends, remember to always capture the moment.